Now we have the hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds value in hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds variable, right? When we click start, we are able to see the hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds. But a minor logical error we have done here is that in case of hours, actually we don't have the space to display days, right? We are starting from hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds. So here we are making a check if hours is greater than or equal to 60. First of all, this check itself is wrong. Why? Because when hours is greater than or equal to 60 is not a condition. If hours is greater than or equal to 24, then if we are displaying days here, we can actually make the check. If hours greater than or equal to 24, then we can divide and display the remainder there. That is, the modulus operation can be done. But we are not displaying days here. So even if it is greater than 24, it should be displayed like 25 or 26 hours, as we are not displaying the days. So two things were wrong here. First of all, we should not do this, and even if we are doing this, it should not be 60, it should be 24. Why? 24 hours is equal to 1 day. So I am removing this part, right? Next, what we need to do, we have to display these values, that is the calculated hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds in this space. Okay, so I'm going to write a separate function for that. So let me comment this. We will remove this later, and let me call a function display time or display stopwatch. Okay, display time is enough. Display time, and we are going to pass hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds to this function, right? Then at the end of this function, let me write the other function, that is display time. So function display time, let me specify the arguments as h, m, s, ms, and here let me access the span elements and just try to display it there. Okay, so let me specify $hour.html as h, because this is a span element, so we can set the text for this using HTML method. Similarly, we need to do this for minute, second and millisecond span elements. So let me copy this, paste it 3 more times and change this to minute and this to m, then second s, and finally this millisecond. So millisecond and ms. Now let's see how it displays the result in our stopwatch. Let me save this and click the start button. See, every 100 millisecond it is something like blinking. See, here also 7 millisecond part is blinking, then it displays like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 like that. So what we can do here is that we can have fixed number of digits. That is, for hours, minutes and seconds, we need to have 2 digits. And for millisecond part, every time we need to have 3 digits. So here when the number is 1 millisecond, it is just displaying 1, not 001. Similarly, for seconds part, initially it was like 1 second, right? Just using 1 digit, it was displaying the result. As you could see here, it is 1, 2, not 0, 1 or 0, 2 like that. So let us append required number of zeros for all these span elements. For hours, there should be 2 digits. Same for minutes and seconds. And for milliseconds, there should be 3 digits always. That is, if the value is 1, it should be displayed as 001. So let's do that part now. So for that, let me have another function. Okay. So let me specify the function as add zeros, and for this function we are going to pass the value and also the number of digits for this. So if the function is add 0, how will we call this function here? It should be like add zeros, and within this we will pass h and also 2, because for hours we need to have 2 digits, right? We will see how to do that using the add zeros function. First, let me show you how we will call it. So add zeros m comma 2, because we need to have 2 digits for minutes. Same is for seconds. So add zeros s comma 2. Only in case of ms we need to have 3 digits. So add zeros ms comma 3.